when I moved in, it was really a rush job.
They throw a lot of paper in front of you, tell you to sign it.
He just said, this is for this, and this is for that, and this is for this, and just sign here.
He said, here's your room, this is your roommate, and that was it.
Before you move into an adult home, it's important for you to know your rights. Because if you don't know your rights, this could happen to you.
Yes, Miss Barnes. Welcome to Paradise Manor. We have some paperwork we have to go through. We should get through this in just a few minutes. This way you can be shown to your room. This paper here, you have to sign right here. This is to say you want to pay the rent on time. This paper here.
Speaking of my money,
Please sign the paper.
Can't I read this?
So this is all standard form. If you have any difficulties with it afterwards, we can always work that out. Just sign here. And will you sign there, please?
All right.
Yes, I think that'll just about cover it. Thank you very much, Miss Barnes. You can go to your room now. What? Everything will be taken care of. Don't worry about it. We have people on it.
I don't know anything about what I signed. That was a boo-boo.
I know how easy it is to get confused like Miss Barnes in the video, because I lived in an adult home myself and I went through the same process. So we made this video to help you.
I am a staff attorney in the Adult Home Advocacy Project at MFY Legal Services, and we provide free legal services to adult home residents all over New York City in all 5 boroughs.
When you move into a home, what are your rights exactly?
Before you sign an admission agreement, you have the right to look over it and to make decisions on your own. Many people feel when they first arrive at an adult home, they feel like they're just being rushed through the visit, right? Here, come here, look at this, sign this, and that nobody's really asking them, is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to come? You have a lot of rights when you first move in terms of negotiating your admission agreement and making a decision about whether you want to move into this place.
Remember, your admission agreement is an important legal document between you and your home. Take your time, look it over, ask questions, ask about your money, ask about your medical care, ask about the room that you're going to be in.
Well, I requested to be able to interview the person I was going to have share the room with. I wanted to know about the menu, the food that they were serving, being I'm a diabetic. I also wanted to know what are my rights as far as being a resident in the facility.
Before you sign that admission agreement, you haven't committed to anything. And so you should really hold off on signing that thing. You should ask questions, and one of the questions you can ask is, who's living in this room right now? Can I meet that person? If the home says no, you can say, well, I'm going to take my business elsewhere then.
They was very against me taking the form, actually reviewing it, right? Basically, they just want me to sign on a dotted line and let that be the whole, situation ended right there. I refused.
The fact is, you don't have to sign everything right away. You can have somebody with you, for example, that can help you through the process, a social worker, a friend, a family member who can help you and encourage you and be there for moral support. You should get a copy of everything that you sign. But in addition, you can take a copy of things before you sign them. You can say, I want to take this back home to review it, look at my other options, even consult an attorney before you make any decisions to sign something.
What happened after you refused to sign their documents?
Well, when I refused, they ended the meeting, and later on they got in touch with me, right, and allowed me to review what I was going to sign. I believe it's a right for any person entering any adult home or anywhere to know what they're signing before they put their signature on it.
I've been told a number of times by residents that they went straight from the hospital to an adult home and that they felt like they got no choice. What should they have done?
When you're at a hospital, particularly if you're staying as an inpatient in a psychiatric unit of a hospital, you actually have a right to be involved in your discharge planning. So if you have social workers at the hospital telling you, we found you a place to live, that's where you're going, that's not appropriate. You should be discussing with them what it is that you want. You should be asking what your options are, and there should be more than one option. The reality is also, though, you might be really anxious to get out of there, and you might decide that you want to go ahead and sign that admission agreement just in order to have a place to be and be out of the hospital, be out of the shelter, wherever it was that you were. That's your option. I would still take some time while you're there to review it, and I would still insist on having a copy.
Remember, the papers you're going to be given to sign are very important. Take your time, read them, ask for a copy, because there's a lot of information in there about your rights. Things like privacy in your room, being able to get a written account of your P&A money, and the right for you to participate in a resident council. You are entitled to have a copy. If you have any questions about anything that's in your rental agreement with the home, feel free to call CIAD or MFY Legal if there's anything that you need further information on.